Let's talk about etherscan and block explorers.
Okay.
But before that, let me make you understand why cryptocurrency was created.
Okay, I'm with you.
At first, there was barter, then came cash. Eventually, plastic cards were treated like cash. And now there are cryptocurrencies. The first cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, was created in the wake of the 2008 financial crisis, which hit the world's economic systems really hard. People were upset at banks and governments for a wide variety of reasons. One of these reasons was the implicit nature that citizens had to trust banks and governments, things completely outside of their control, with their hard-earned money. On top of that, regular people could have their financial assets, cash, seized or frozen for any reason by almost anyone, including companies and foreign governments. So, in essence, you didn't have full control of your money until cryptocurrencies came about. So the main reason for the creation and development of cryptocurrency is decentralization, which simply means to remove central authorities entirely from the equation and make financial transactions become directly between the two agreeing parties who want to transact. That is, it makes financial transactions become peer-to-peer. In other words, no central bank or government agency regulates this currency. The idea was to give you the freedom to do what you want with your money at any time and with anyone, anywhere around the world without any restrictions whatsoever other than those you place upon yourselves. Furthermore, you could do so anonymously, albeit there are some caveats here beyond the scope of this lesson. In other words, no prying eyes would be invading your privacy and security with respect to what it is that you choose to do with your money. Cryptocurrencies run on a technology commonly referred to as blockchain. In case you're not familiar with the blockchain technology, let's break it up for you. Blockchain is a ledger, a decentralized database where transactions are permanently recorded. When you send money using your bank account, the transaction is recorded on the bank's database. With cryptocurrencies, transactions are stored on blockchains. The first cryptocurrency to use the blockchain technology is Bitcoin. After that, the technology was adopted and more advanced blockchains were created and developed, the most advanced and widely used being the Ethereum blockchain. Ether is the cryptocurrency used to incentivize this blockchain. Whether you are sending or receiving cryptocurrencies, you can easily locate the transaction on the blockchain. And you are about to learn how.
Block explorers.
Let's begin with this example. If you send one Ether ETH to your friend, that transaction will be recorded on a particular block of the Ethereum blockchain. Since blockchains are public and decentralized, anyone can access the data. So if you're wondering where's my Ether, you can check it out in seconds. Although users on the blockchain are anonymous with no prying eyes invading their privacy and security, transactions on the blockchain are public and can be viewed with wallet addresses or transaction IDs of the parties involved in the transaction. A block explorer is a tool that people use to view all cryptocurrency transactions online, specifically to view all current and past transactions on the blockchain. It gives the user information on the blockchain's hash rate. It also tells us the rate of transaction growth and provides other useful information. In other words, a block explorer is an online blockchain browser which reveals the data of individual blocks and transactions. With the tool, you can monitor transaction histories and balances of addresses. Block explorers exist for Bitcoin and also for specific altcoins. The most popular block explorer for Bitcoin is called Blockchain.
Ethereum block explorers.
Sometimes referred to as Ethereum blockchain viewers, Ethereum block explorers are the search engines of Ethereum transactions on the cryptocurrency space. There is no better way to view Ethereum blockchain transactions, wallet details, blocks, and more than through these block explorers. Some of the popular Ethereum block explorers are etherscan, Etherchain, Blockchain, Explorer, Blockchair, Nginx and Blockscout. Etherscan is one of the big names on this list. Etherscan.
What is etherscan?
Created to facilitate blockchain transparency and accessibility, Etherscan is the go-to resource for users wishing to discover, verify and approve transactions that have taken place, and it is known as Ethereum's leading block explorer. It is essentially a search engine that lets users look up, confirm and validate transactions on the Ethereum decentralized smart contracts platform. By entering an address into the search box, you can view the balance, value and all the transactions made through that address.
Primary function.
The team behind etherscan created the platform as an independent entity whose mission is to facilitate blockchain transparency. The Ethereum blockchain has a public ledger which etherscan.io indexes and then makes searchable in what it believes to be the most transparent and accessible way possible. Etherscan is not a wallet service provider. It does not store people's private keys, and it has no control over the transactions that take place over the Ethereum network. It is also unable to troubleshoot transaction failures.
What can etherscan be used for?
Users can register and create an account in etherscan. Normal users can add an address to the watch list and be notified by email for an incoming transfer transaction. Developers can access a set of API services that can be used to either build decentralized applications or service data feeds for Ethereum blockchain information. Since etherscan doesn't provide wallet services or have access to your private keys, addresses on the watch list can only be used for portfolio tracking or monitoring. To send or transfer Ether or tokens from your account, you will need a compatible wallet such as Trust Wallet, Token Pocket, Ethereum Wallet, Parity Wallet, MyEtherWallet or MetaMask.
Exploring Ethereum addresses.
You can use etherscan to search all transaction histories, including token transfer and contract execution, of any address at etherscan.io. You simply paste an address into the search bar, send it and the address details will appear. Etherscan provides information on the balance of Ether at the address, its current value in US dollars, and the total number of transactions made to and from the address. The Transactions tab displays all the transactions that have gone in and out of the address. For each transaction, etherscan lists information such as the XHASH, transaction hash or transaction ID, the number of the block in which the transaction was recorded, the duration of time since the transaction was confirmed, who it was from and to, the value being transacted, and the total transaction fee.
Checking a transaction hash, XHASH.
A transaction hash, XHASH, can be used to track and trace the status of a transaction. Once you have pasted the XHASH into the search bar, a series of transaction details will appear. These include the TXRECIPT status, for example, whether the transaction was successfully sent or failed, the block height, the number of the block in which the transaction was recorded, the value of the transaction, the exact units of gas that were used, the actual cost, and the number of the transactions sent from the sender's address.
Other features.
Etherscan also has a gas price tracker, which is useful because the Ethereum network can suffer congestion problems. Congestion drives up gas prices, increases transaction costs and results in some transactions failing. The lower the gas price, the less expensive it is to run and use decentralized applications, so by checking the gas price tracker it is possible to adjust the gas fee before confirming a transaction. In addition, there is a whole host of Ethereum charts and statistics, which are handy for all types of users. These include the transaction history chart, address growth chart, the total Ether supply, currency and network information charts, and mining information stats.
Conclusion.
Etherscan is a useful resource for all Ethereum network users to track transactions, check smart contracts, find out stats, and generally stay on top of what is happening in the Ethereum blockchain. What's more, it's free to use and you don't have to register to use the main features. Whether you're an investor, miner or developer, it's a handy way of getting information about the blocks and transactions of Ethereum in one place and in real time.